Hi everyone, it's Julie from Career Services and welcome to LinkedIn Week. So this week we are going to walk you through a series of tasks that will help you create your profile and learn how to use LinkedIn. So since you're not on LinkedIn yet, if you're not familiar with what it is, it's the world's largest professional networking website out there. It's really focused on branding yourself and building your professional network, whereas other social media websites are a little bit more personal. So I'm going to show you how to do today's task, and the theme is create. So obviously go over to linkedin.com, hit join now, and sign up for your free account. Once you do that, you will be taken to this page, and this is going to be your home page. On the left-hand side, you'll see your name. You want to select that, and that is going to bring up your actual profile where you will add all of your information. Once you do this, the first thing I want you to do is customize your URL. I'm going to show you how to do that. And the reason for this is LinkedIn will automatically generate a link for you. And if you customize it and shorten it down, it will be smaller for you to have on your resume, and it will also look a little bit more professional. So I suggest doing something like, maybe Jane Smith or J Smith, some combination of your first and last name or initials, something like that. So right here where it says edit public profile, you will select that. You'll see a blue pencil icon. You'll open that up, of course, and that's where you can make your changes. I also want you to come up here to the Me tab and select settings and privacy. And there, of course, you can select whatever privacy settings you want that you're comfortable with, and then whatever notifications you want. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to have you fill out 4 different sections of your profile. Right here, this blue icon, you're going to select this. And this is going to be your headline section. So what I'm highlighting here, this is your headline. And the headline is the very first thing that recruiters are going to see about you and potential employers. It should grab their attention and be catchy, but also be short and sweet to the point because you're limited on characters. I just read a great article that said a good strategy for college students and new grads is to include what you're doing now plus what you want to do. So for example, fine arts major, aspiring museum curator. You don't want to use personal pronouns or language that would be specific to your industry and somebody outside of your industry might not understand. You want to keep it simple yet intriguing, and you want to update that frequently as you do more things. Okay, next I want you to do a summary, and you're going to click this blue Add Profile section button. And from this section, you will see the word About. And underneath About here, you're going to see Summary. You'll click on this plus sign and it will add the summary to your profile. In this section, you don't want to repeat information that you're going to include in your bullet points, but rather you want to tell your story. How did you get into your major? What are you really good at? What are your career goals? It's okay for this section to be longer, obviously, than your headline is, but you still don't want it to be too long. So be careful with what you're writing there. You can use personal pronouns in that section, but I would do it very sporadically, and I would not use it too much. And you want to be concise, like I said, to the point, but also personal. Okay, next we want you to do the experience section, and that is already preloaded in here for you. So coming down on your profile page, you'll see experience. You'll hit this plus sign, and it will pop up with basically a form for you to fill out with all of the information about a particular job, and you will hit the plus sign for every single job, internship, field work, different things, volunteer work, things that you have done that are really related to your major and your industry that you want to say. And then similar to your resume, you're going to have bullet points describing what you've done. And you want to write these the same way you would do your resume. So you want to use action verbs, you want to quantify when you can, you want to be descriptive, and you want to say things that are not obvious. So for example, if you are a waiter or a waitress right now, you might want to write bullet points that focus on how you upsell product for your employer, how you manage customer relations, deal with customer complaints, things like that, as opposed to writing things that are obvious, like waiting on tables and bringing food. You want to write these sentences as what you contribute to your employer or your field work or whatever the experience was. And another little tip is you want to keep the bullet point style the same on LinkedIn as your resume, so that way it's super easy to update both as you do new things.